Right, how you doing? Morning, just. Oh, starting to break up on the old chest now, so hopefully this cough is going to go away really soon. What's up, baby? There's enough for us, there's no one here. Oh. I wasn't even that slack this morning. Well, that's still standing. It's good to know. Is it still properly? Yeah. That's still in. And why are you not shifting exposure, camera? Hang on. Is it? No? There we go. That was weird. There we go. Excellent. That's still there too. Right. Back to what we were doing. Can't get back into my house. Oh my god. Oh my god. Done. Right. Scratchy Spaniel. We forgot something yesterday. I don't know if we forgot something yesterday. Yesterday's vinyl of the day. Was yesterday the time travel day? Yesterday's vinyl of the day coming into today's vinyl of the day is the British Psychedelic Trip, right? 1966 to 1969. This was a rad album. It was very surprising. Me and Inky are kind of like, we're debating on what we put on the turntable at the moment because of the random skips. Is it the vinyl or is it the table? Because if it is the vinyl, we'd rather put on clean stuff we know that's going to play to avoid risking damaging the other stuff anymore. But that was a great album. Just saying, great album. You will be ready soon, my love. Yes. I got a message from Martin this morning. He's doing D&D Sunday, and he's drinking a cup of tea in his post. He's like, Scaz, man, I needed this. I had a rough night. And I'm half tempted to say, like, dude, don't worry about it, because I think I drank nearly 1.5 litres of black coffee yesterday. So, I'm a little bit about things at the moment. Also, I realised why the camera wasn't adjusting when we were pointing it at the other tree. Hi there. Hi. I had the camera set in manual mode and I didn't realise it. I am that spazzing on coffee still. Are you? That the world's a bit... See, there you go, it adjusts now. It adjusts, because now I've set it back to the... Help me, I'm a stupid... Yeah, that's it, I'm dumb. I'm a bit slow this morning mode. Snotty nose. Also, I got a message from Google. 2, actually. Well, technically, I mean, they're 2 different departments, but I got messages from Google this morning. Around 8 o'clock this morning-ish. One from YouTube Partner Support. Hang on. See if I can find it. Exciting, isn't it? What the hell's email on this thing? Here we go. Right. Here we go. Short. Hi there. I forwarded all the information to our internal team and we'll circle back to you once we have more information to share. Let me know if you have an other question. There you go, that's it. That is basically Google's generic canned response for stuff. I believe they're done with me now. If the channel doesn't get sorted, then I emailed them. I said, look, come on. All the information that you list on the site is out of date because you've had the dashboard has changed a couple of times and it is still changing. So the tutorials, the guides and things that you have for settings and things, they're just not where you say they are. So I'll tell you what, I've hit the buttons on things that I've seen done, but could you guys make sure that everything is done as it should be? Because there are only a couple of other options to disable ads and leave the partner program. I said, look, I've done this, now make sure you just do it, check on your end, just to be sure. If the channel comes back, now it comes back. If it doesn't, then we tried. And we got a message from the Stadia team. So if I go into my messages, got a message from Stadia this morning. There we go. So just to say, Google's can response. Thanks for your patience. We'll circle back in once we have an update. Can response. So this morning, hi there. It's us again. Is it? We got an update about saving data with Final Fantasy 15. This should now be resolved and a fix has been deployed to all users. Let us know if you still need help. We're always here for you. Thank you. I'm always here for you too, Google. If you need anything, by all means, just come and ask. As long as you don't need me in the courtroom or you don't need money, we'll be all right. Don't reach too far into our friendship and we'll be fine. Okay? Patch is out. I can confirm the patch works because auto-saving works, because I had a bit of a theory. There was a test called, I think it's a quest. There's a test I like to do. It's a quest called An Eye for an Island. And it's a photography quest. For the photography thing in the game was potentially part of one of the things that was breaking the game for storage limitations or some other fluff. Allocated space or the autosave not triggering or whatever. But either way, on this one quest, it uses the camera and saving, it forces it. So, because there have been a few cases where we've done the photo things and the photos don't actually appear in the photo archive anymore, or they don't actually appear. So the prompter will take a photograph and then it'll just be black. But the whole album will just be black. And I was like, oh, great timing, but you can't see it. There's just one photo. It'd have taken one photo throughout the entire time. Or even if you go to a photography spot, he'll take that photo, but you can't save it. There's nothing there. So in this quest, you go to take a photograph of an island, and normally, since this bug has started happening, the game would crash. Just randomly, An Eye for an Island, you'd take a picture, and the autosave quest complete thing would spin. And then, you're mean to me, Christmas lights. You've been hung up. Hold on. Oh no, the fish tank. Right, the autocomplete thing. I'm breaking everything, Charlie. I know. The quest thing would spin to say that you've completed the quest and to go on to the next part. And then all of a sudden, nothing else would appear. You could just spin the camera around, look, the view, not the in-game camera, but the view of the character. But then you couldn't move. You couldn't jump, you couldn't access the menu to change equipment or anything, but you could access the pause menu, but nothing else, just spinning the camera and pause. That was all that worked. Now, since they've applied the patch for the save game bug, that quest now completes as well. So it was a 2-for-1 deal. Excellent. Google, just don't hit me on the head with a Christmas tree box, and we'll be alright. Don't worry about the other stuff, just don't hit me on the head with a Christmas tree box and we'll be alright. That was mean. That was you lot, weren't it? Fish. Because I haven't fed you yet. That was uncalled for. It's unnecessary. Don't give me that look. I'm having one of those days. Inky's made us a wreath. With a dinosaur. That's rad. And me and Inky, we're having a romantic night in together. We've just had a romantic meal and he said, "Should we watch a movie?" So we're now having a romantic movie night in, and she said, "Is there anything I want to watch?" And I said, "Well, if I had to be honest, since Google has applied a patch to Final Fantasy 15, I want to watch Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15, which is the movie that takes place around the start of Final Fantasy 15. It kind of fills. It's a film that fills in gaps that you don't get to see as you start the game. You see the things in the game from the point of view of Prince Noctis. In Kingsglaive, you get to see things from the view of the king's servant as the main kingdom gets attacked, as Noctis's homeland gets attacked, and kind of some of the motivations behind some of the other characters, which is neat because I had no idea. But yeah, the patch Google applied worked a treat. We live streamed for a few hours. A few of the quests were fixed. The photography worked again. Good old laugh. I didn't get anywhere near as far as I thought I was going to get. I was hoping to kind of stream all afternoon and get to the point, where we were before. But that would have taken like 4 to 6 hours. I streamed for nearly 3 hours, I think. But I did more of the quests this time through because I knew that they weren't going to crash, or that the one that crashed before doesn't crash now. And I was like, we had some issues, so I skipped some of the quests so people didn't have to keep watching me drive around. I thought we'd just get on with the story. This time I was like, no, we are going to do all of the quests in this area that I currently have on file. Did that, and I'm going to be, look, Google don't have a great reputation for customer support. YouTube's customer support is, over the years. Recently it's been okay, even though I've whined about it a little bit recently, their customer support is okay. It's taken them a long time, but they're trying. Once upon a time, trying to get support from Google was a nightmare. Trying to speak to another human being was a nightmare. At least now you can get in contact with someone. In the case of Stadia, I thought I was going to be burnt by Final Fantasy 15 because I put in 4 to 6 hours the other day, and that save glitch came up, and I was like, oh god, if this is like typical Google, we could be waiting for a fix for weeks. And they got it done in days. Okay, so I thought I was going to play the game and go, I don't really want to play this anymore, I've already done that. No, I jumped in, and because it was done so quickly, I'm thoroughly enjoying it again. I'm still thoroughly enjoying that game. Final Fantasy 15, I'm still enjoying Stadia. I'm glad Google jumped in and did what Square Enix had done. I still don't know what it was, what the bug was, but I mean, if it was a setup issue, like a storage issue on Google's end, I don't know, maybe not enough space was allocated to each virtual machine running Final Fantasy 15, because that's what they are. It's a server sliced into many parts. Like if you've ever seen 8 gamers on one PC or whatever, I think that's a Linus Tech Tips video or whatever. I've not seen it, but the idea being that they have virtual machines, like 8 separate instances of Windows running on one computer, and each person is playing their own thing on that machine. I think that's what that's supposed to be. That's the kind of groove they've got going on with Stadia. There are virtual machines allocated to games, and I guess if they're not configured correctly, then obviously that's not gonna go. If it turns out that it was a Square Enix issue, then really honestly, Square Enix, I wish, because the glitch was in fact something that was on Windows 10 as well, so it could have been a bit of both. But regardless, good job fixing it. I'm gonna watch the film. I'm still a bit kind of with the film. It's another one of those. It's another one of those Final Fantasy films you kind of sat there scratching your head. Final Fantasy VII, I got the whole point of Final Fantasy VII because it took place after the Final Fantasy VII game. I knew the world and what was going on. Kingsglaive, I'm like, I'm actually like that in Final Fantasy 15. I'm like, what is this game? It's 4 pretty boys travelling around the world helping people and what's going on? Because I'm just collecting people's veggies at this point and driving around in my fancy car. But good job for fixing. But I'm going to head off. Bless my boys. They asked if they could stay at Nanny's tonight. And I said yes, because they stayed at Mum's for part of yesterday, because we were doing the Round Nerds Christmas podcast. And apparently Noodle just didn't want to get out of bed today. I actually stopped the stream because I heard the boys had come in. It turns out it was just Big Man, because Noodle didn't want to get out of bed because he was having a relaxation day, because he doesn't have one of those very often apparently. So I'll be seeing them again tomorrow afternoon. Aim of the game tomorrow, big stream, and edit the Round Nerds podcast, both of them. And back to romantic film and meal nights with my wife. So I hope you're well, and I'll see you all with a bit of luck tomorrow.